pledge once, and then if you got enough points, you go and pledge again for the second trait in the God, what are they fucking called? In the freaking damn like the grounded or the moon, whatever. You know what I'm talking about, right? The clan or whatever the fuck they call it.
They call them packs.
Yeah, the packs. So like you pledge to the pact. That's what I was looking for. So
Okay.
you pledge to the pact. You would pledge to the pact once, and you would get a trait. And then when you would go back and you would pledge to the pact the second time, and you get the second trait.
Well, no, that's not how it worked.
No. Yes, it.
You just pledged once, and then they became passively online once you had enough pack points.
No, you
Right?
had to pledge twice.
Did you? Oh.
Mhm.
I
You had to
you
pledge once.
You know, I think it just didn't fucking matter. Like, I did think it just didn't matter. You just picked grounded, and then you didn't give a shit about ever pledging again.
it was you're both right. It was you had to pledge once you had one pact point, and then you'd have to go pick up your second pact trait once you hit 4. But once you had those, because you kept gaining and losing trait points, pact points, whatever they were called, as long as you were still a part of that pact and you had pledged once, you don't have to re-pledge once you earn enough points for that trait to be online.
Yeah, the trait being
Which was
working.
almost literally just a concern for grounded because you could die and you had death
Yeah.
cheat.
As long
Yeah.
as you had one pledge, you were good. You had death cheat. So like this time around, when you pledge the first time, you get the permanent, the permanent trait. It's as permanent as any other trait. It stays there, and it does its thing, which is like if you're wet, you regen health or whatever the fuck. And then there's two. It looks like there's 2 other traits at the wagon that you can choose from based on which pledge you made, and those 2 are single-use traits. So, and they cost. You have to buy them with the trade points or whatever the fuck. But when you buy them, one's like, say, one's the obvious one. One's cheat death. Everyone can buy cheat death, no matter what pledge you're on. So
Yeah.
you buy cheat death. When you die, you don't lose your hunter, and then that trait falls off. It goes away, and you'd have to rebuy it again for it to trigger again. And then there's a second one that's pledge specific. Like the one that replenishes the team's health.
Yeah.
And that is also a burner, but that one's dependent on which pledge you're stuck to.
I'm not gonna lie, this shit just sounds like grounded rerun to me. Because at this point, I guess you can make a call on the based off of the permanent one, which I think that just means you pick the Mariner one no matter what, and then you because that's the one that regenerates health, right?
Well, yeah, but
The dark side one sucks. I'm not gonna lie, like unless you're like playing solo, like that's just I'm not gonna run around turning on dark side all the time to see if there's like a border on my thing. And then the other passive one is the health, right? Or is that a burn one?
The one that restores your team's health is a burn.
No. The restores your health if you're wet.
Oh, that's a perma one. That's the Mariner.
Okay. And then what's
the Smuggler? The
Mariner.
Smuggler. Mariner is the be in water, get heals.
Yeah.
What was the third permanent one?
Oh, okay.
Contraband is not contraband. That's a burn one. Damn.
No, you know what? You might be right. I think the Mariner's the one where you restore health, and the Smuggler is the one is a perma one there where the guns you pull out of the bayou aren't contraband. You might be right.
Let me open up the video again while you guys are doing your thing, because like the reason why I say it is the way I'm seeing it is like, okay, you pick the pack that gives you like the health regen if you're wet or whatever, because that's, from what I remember, that seemed like the strongest permanent one, and then you pick death pack. And like if you die, you pick Death Pact again before anything else. And then, like, if you're on a good run, I think if they let you pick more, I don't know. Do they let you add both eventually?
You can have both if you can get both traits. I think both burner traits. They'll just I don't know. I could definitely see going for the one that restores your teammates' health.
Maybe one person on a team.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. It's like I see the use of diversity.
Well, let me. Okay, so smuggler. No, the gunrunner one is a burn trait, which is the worst shit I've ever seen. It's the most useless thing I've ever seen.
So one time you can pull a contraband gun out as not contraband.
Yeah,
That's
It's
silly.
it's actually garbage. But it is the one that comes with the health regen. The primal has the dark side thing, which I think is useless, and then it's just a rerun of what was it, Lunar,
Oh,
where you don't lose a
pet.
health chunk when downed. I don't.
It's not as bad this time because it doesn't deactivate the other trait by doing so, right?
And then grounded's passive is the monsters can't see you. That was what it was.
Oh yeah, that one's kind of.
So, to me, I don't know. It's either pick grounded again in the chance that you're doing well enough that you're gonna spend pledge marks on the one that regenerates people's pips if they find a trait in the wild somewhere. Or it's pick smuggler so you can have the health regen when you're wet. Although that one I don't like, the conditions are so obnoxious that if it's not a rain map, it's kind of like.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling like I want to force myself.
I'm just gonna
I feel like I'm gonna try and do rain as much as possible. I want to see rain. I've wanted to see rain for so long.
Well,
Oh yeah, obviously. I think
unfortunately, it seems like you don't get to pick rain. It sounds like it'll be you choose the wildcard event, and sometimes it will be rain.
Well, when I
Sometimes
hang
it'll be
my
snake night, and sometimes it'll be regular night.
when I hang my raincoat and galoshes up at the door on sunny days, I'll hang the mariners up there as well.
Is there a mariner? There's not a mariner pact. I don't know where this came from. Where we started using mariner.
Because that's the name of the.
Is that the name of the trait?
Oh, that's the name of the trait itself. Okay, yeah.
Is that wait? Okay, so is that part of?
It's part of smuggler.
Smuggler. It's part of smuggler. Okay. Oh, that sucks. Then it's paired with that contraband one.
Wait,
And
which
then
one needs
grounded.
the restore health of allies?
That's on grounded.
Okay.
Grounded has a very unimpressive permanent one with the monsters can't see or hear you. The reason why I forgot that like you needed to repledge is because that was such an uninspiring trait for grounded in the last event.
Yeah.
It's like
Shadow.
it's kind of nice, I guess, but like you still have everything running around and screaming and getting in the way when you get near. So it's like it's not that useful. I don't know. I think you can make a case for smuggler if you for the permanent, and then grounded maybe for the burn trait. But I think most of the time you're gonna spend your time just wanting to keep Death Pact up.
I could sort of see the argument for the. What's the permanent one for the one that where like if you die you don't lose a pip? What's its permanent?
That's the dark sight one.
Oh yeah, I mean I could definitely see that for solo play. That's a solo play run, for sure. Like you get that, you don't lose a pip when you die, so you can self revive still.
So like, I don't know. That's fine and all, but like, Hunt is like a jury rigged game to have for solo players. It was not made with solo play in mind, and it shows that it wasn't made with solo play in mind. And like, you can do it, which is great, and they're making it easier, but it's still, to me anyway, not a game I ever want to play solo. So I don't know. I'm glad they're doing things for solos, but to me, it's not exciting at all. I think on a whole, everything the options feel weaker this time, but they're not like as desperately like skewed to just one pact.
Yeah. So, do we know, does Death Cheat, is it that you can have a total of 4 points spent?
You have to
And,
buy it for 3 pledge marks.
okay. So, does
Yeah,
that
it doesn't matter.
mean that,
You can have every trait. You just have to re-get the marks every
oh,
time.
so you could technically have more than 2 traits then?
Well, you could have.
You can have up to 4. I'm sorry. I thought no. I mean that's pack points.
3. You can
4
only have 3
traits?
packs at a time.
Yeah, it sounds like you can buy as many traits as well, you can buy 2 traits basically.
Well, 3 if you count the pack pledge. This is the permanent.
I
one.
don't. I don't.
Okay.
Because but I get you're not wrong, but I wasn't considering it that way.
Well, I'm wondering, Death Cheat, everyone's going to go for Death Cheat first.
Yes.
Yep.
So, that's a
So
3
grounded
cost? Is that right?
The old grounded.
They're all 3
Yeah.
costs. Yeah,
No.
They're both 3 costs. They're not?
That's no. The burners are the other burners are 2, I think.
I'm wondering, can you get Death Cheat and spend the points and then earn more points and get the other 2 for the pact?
Yes.
Not in one play or anything.
Not in one play, but
yes, you can
Okay.
get up to 3 event traits essentially. The one that when you buy into your pact, the unique pact one, and the general death cheat one. Provided you're doing well enough to
right.
keep buying more.
Kind of glad that they made that a 3 cost instead of the 1 cost. That's really what made it OP. Is you all you needed was like get enough event points and it reactivates. Whereas now you're going to have to get 3 points either by banishing looting and event points or by slow playing.
I think it'll make the death cheat phenomena we saw the last time, where like everybody was constantly running around with like max level, max traded hunters.
I think it's going to
prevalent.
be a little less frequent, but not that much.
Well, yeah. So I was just agreeing and just fleshing it out for myself. But yeah, but I still think it's going to be like the main thing everybody goes for.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
It's still old school grounded is still like the best pact. But and the new stuff, it's fine.
It feels a little more
the new
balanced
stuff
on
is
its
just-
face. Like
They're
not.
in my opinion, they're not there yet. You know what I mean? I think this is still a very work in progress, because all of these are like more balanced, yes, but also I don't really care about them. You know, like, you know what I mean? Like they're not exciting. They're not.
I almost feel like they're using them as like a test bed to see which ones people call for to stay permanent or something as traits.
Probably right.
Which is probably why they're so weak. Like they're not game changing. They're kind of just traits, you know.
Yeah.
And they're experimenting with this idea of burner traits, which only activate once and then you lose them. And I think that's why like the smuggler ones like LOL what? Like I have to like that's my packed trait. Like that seems sucky. But if everyone could buy it in the normal game after the event and these burner traits remain, like the idea of it is not a terrible idea, because like okay, you're basically spending trait points to get guns that are not contraband, and when you look at it that way, it makes a lot of sense, right?
I appreciate it in that context, but I think when it's gussied up in the form of like an exciting event experience, then it just falls short because of that. If they were just like experimental trait program, you know what I mean? If they were just like run like let's see which one of these traits are more upfront about like that, rather than making it seem like it's part of this exciting new event or whatever, and then the traits are like all very underwhelming. that would probably
Yeah.
be better. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
I
it's
don't
a
know.
really awkward
It's a line
way
to walk.
be doing it.
I think it's a line they have to walk, right? Because like they don't want to be Fortnite about it, where like, oh, everyone in this event has superpowers and can fly, but like they still want to like people still want to play Hunt Showdown. They don't want to play like some Fortnited up version of Hunt Showdown. They don't want to play like something where like people have crazy abilities and like the game's completely different because of X, Y, or Z. So I think that they're erring on the side of subtlety as far as these traits are concerned. You know, like they change the game, but they don't like crush the game type of thing.
I agree with that, and I think that it's the way that it came out last time with it being so lopsided, especially with things like Death Cheat and Self Res, that they kind of they went farther than they wanted to, and now they're trying to be, like you said, a little more subtle about it, but people are kind of expecting something of that level, and they might be a little disappointed.
Well, I mean, in fairness, let's be fair. There's a lot more to this event than just these, event traits. There's also the new guns, which both look really cool.
Yeah.
There's the speed loader version of the army, which is also pretty cool. I guess there's a hammer weapon. Nobody gives a shit about that, but I don't know. I'm still. And there's the new boss, and there's the new boss system. So
I care
I'm kind of
about the
interested to see how
hammer.
that works.
Don't glaze over that. I care about the hammer.
Although, honestly, you're kind of nerfed on that now. You're gonna have to specifically choose to meme. Like before, you used to whip that stuff out because you were on the prestiging path. That's done.
Yeah, I am gonna guess that it's not, the hammer is not going to be part of the throwing axe anyway, part of that same chain. But you know what? I think I might want to meme a little bit tonight.
Hey, meming's allowed. Meming's always allowed. Ready up, damn it! What are you doing?
Oh wait, I thought Chris was joining us. I'm dumb. I'm sitting here waiting for Chris to join this whole time. Big dumb.
I'm just saying that the new guns look great, but there's not much to talk about there. We haven't used them, like they exist, and we have no idea at all how the boss functions. I don't know if they showed it in the stream or something, but there's like zero info on that, so I don't have anything to go on other than a new boss exists. It's not quite the roaming boss we thought it was going to be, but it exists. And
there's the rain.
I mean, I think the rain is the more exciting than the boss, to be honest.
Probably.
Because the boss
no crows.
The boss is just a speed run to figure out how to, get it out of the way, as quickly as possible.
So I just had a thought that I think is probably one of those things that won't become what happens. But what if later on, when we get rain as a regular thing, that makes it so like Rajaw's tied to the water, right? He doesn't leave.
I hope we get rain as a regular thing.
What if?
I'm pretty sure.
Do we have Inferno as a regular thing?
But what if when it rains, Rotjaw becomes more mobile and comes out of the water?
I wouldn't.
I would not bet on that.
Yeah, I wouldn't ask that of them too quickly. Right now, as long as Rotjaw and Rain work simultaneously, I think they'll be happy.
That's fair. I'm talking about in the future.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't think they will, though. We'll have to see how he works. Right now, everything said he only appears in water, and there's probably a reason for that.
Holy cow.
Where the fuck was that?
Might be.
Was that a nitro?
I think that was like a nitro in a red barrel, firing a red barrel.
That was loud as balls.
Okay. One down. Pretty sure it was a crown. I'm hit. I'm down.
Good luck. There's 2 up.
Man, really? Fuck off, man.
Oh wow, we got crushed.
Anyway, to wrap it kind of back to what you're saying, like or maybe what Ryan was saying, I don't remember anymore, but like, yeah, as a person who's played Hunt for a long time, like, yeah, I don't want it to be a Fortnite event or anything. I'm fine with it with what they're releasing. I think I'm not going to sugarcoat that. I think it's all underwhelming. But I also, it doesn't really impact why I want to play, right? But that's just me sitting from a comfortable position of someone who just has played Hunt for forever already. To me, it's like as Crytek, like, I'm not sure what. It's weird to like, you have your big event, you try to market it much, you try to bring in new people, and then you just have like something like the pack traits that are just kind of like toothless.
I get what you're saying. Hey, give me 2 minutes. I'm gonna run upstairs real quick.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. Kind of what I feel is like they might have overdone it this time, and people are going to be disappointed, expecting something super big, and it's it's still major changes, still good things, just not like at the same level. The biggest thing that people are going to be, well, I don't know about the biggest thing that the people are going to be excited for, but the biggest game-changing thing for the event is still probably going to be the thing that they're bringing in from last time, Death Cheat.
Yeah, but you're right that like this time, because I didn't really like how it ended up last time, because it was kind of almost like I didn't even know Fortnite did this, but like what was described in Fortnite, where suddenly everybody has superpowers. The fact that like anybody could suddenly just pick themselves up the ground,
Kinda.
and that the people you're picking up off the ground were always like max traded hunters, and like just every round you're dealing with max traded hunters. Like it was I want the game to like evolve and change and all that and do new interesting things, but like I definitely don't want them to be like Grounded was in the last event with that kind of stuff. That was too much, of course. This kind of feels like maybe too little, but yeah, they're not there yet, but they're working on it.
Yeah, as far as like hunter power goes, I think the setting might make it a little difficult, because it's like right on the cusp of World War I, with automatic weapons becoming like right on the verge of becoming the thing. If you try like where the technology that they use goes is well established, and it's just tripping over a stone away from something crazy like the Advamod. So most of their power they don't want to have power creep because it's so close to where that would be. And when it comes to traits, it's really hard to think of things that are like going to be super useful but not upset the balance too much.
Well, that's why I think they when I want the game to like change and kind of mix it up a bit because I feel like it's a little stale once you've been playing it for so long. But I don't. I think it's definitely Hunt is not the kind of game where you want to change things up by focusing on player power. You know, like an emphasis on making the hunter more powerful in some way, shape, or form. That's definitely not the point. Hunt is like the most equal opportunity shooter there is, and that just like without equivocation, you're shot in the face, you go down regardless of what you've done to your hunter, right?
Right. It's
I want them to update, aspects of the game mode itself, right?
right.
Like I don't new guns are nice. I enjoy new guns. They never actually, truly change much. They just give you like another, slightly different seasoning you can add to the experience. Which is good because we don't want them, repeating mistakes of the past, right? Where something became so OP, it was like the answer.
Right. Sorry, did you have more there?
Well, yeah, I want them to change how the game actually plays. I want them to make it a little more active than it is right now.
Yeah.
Because once the novelty of being new in Hunt wears off and you're not crouch walking everywhere in fear, I think there's just points where the game drags. In every match, there's just drag points.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what they could really do to make the game pop a bit more is to reduce those boring sections. And low key, they might have like hit on one really good idea with like making Rotjob vanish in half the time. Like fuck, man, put that on every boss, so I can, keep the game active without actively like ignoring the game mode, right? Because you can always just kill a boss and then run off and not care about the tokens or whatever. But it would be nice if I could still participate in that aspect of the game without constantly like taking my phone out and just like browsing Twitter or something while I wait for a banish to complete.
Yeah, that's something that I think is both Hunt's strength and weakness. And that's a hard thing to balance because a lot of what makes Hunt different is it's a Twitch shooter that doesn't require you to have super Twitch, like on cocaine 18-year-old, 17-year-old, whatever kind of reflexes, where the damage is you hit someone in the head, they're dead, but you have these more methodical fights rather than things where people just like walking around and I'm deleted. That doesn't happen as often. And I think part of that is because of the pacing of the game, but it also means you have the in-between parts that are slow and not as fun. And trying to find that balance, I think, is...
Do you know what the exact total banish time is currently?
3 minutes, I think.
3? It's not.
I think it's 3.
It feels way longer than 3.
I had 3 stuck in my head, so I don't know.
I mean, it could be, but I always felt, for some reason in my head, I always felt it was like 5 minutes or something. Look it up. But I was just thinking, like, I had never thought of it before, but like, I think if you have the banish time for every boss, it's like, you're always going to run into a situation, like, you still have siege situations, right? Because if somebody shows up, it doesn't matter if you picked up the token or not, you're in a siege situation. And maybe if the banish was half the time, people would be less, kind of lazy, right? There's just like
They'd
people
try and
would
get there
have more
faster.
Yeah, more urgency to actually show up and contest a location. They don't have as long of a time to like zap about the map before somebody gets their tokens and leaves. Yeah, I don't know. I think anything to speed it up.
I think we're a little bit like us as a trio are a little bit of an outlier in terms of how quickly we can traverse the map. So that's, I think, ways to get across the map quicker would be one of those things that helps out a lot. So things like less swampy water areas or fewer sound traps.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's another thing I would love for them to scale back on, because right now it's really obnoxious.
Wasn't Tides going to be a part of this event? Am I crazy on that?
What?
Higher water.
What did you say?
Higher water? Like
Oh,
tides?
tides? I don't think I've ever heard about that.
I feel like I had like maybe it was a fucking broken memory, I don't know. I had like a memory flash of like water being higher in areas.
It used to be when, you know, like
I just got shot at.
I figured. It used to be higher in some areas, and then they revamped map areas to reduce the height of the water.
No, that's not what I was thinking of.
Okay.
Maybe I'm crazy, or maybe I was thinking of a different game. Who knows?
I don't know. I haven't been that on top of it. I just haven't seen it.
I saw him too late.
I feel like that would have been in that video. Like this, like, I feel like he wouldn't exclude something like tides.
Probably not, yeah.
Have fun. Dude, that's gonna kill me.
Oh, I was trying to stop my bleeding.
On your right. Not that far right.
Yeah, balls. You had him. Okay.
Well done.
Yeah, balls. Dude, I saw him. I was just like, maybe he didn't see me.
I need to move in better ways to not be headshot. We're 2 for 2 on the first shot on me being at my head and in it. Well, no, I guess the other guy, round 1, he did hit me, but it was with a shotgun from like 20 meters, so it didn't do anything.
Ryan, I need you to carry me a little bit. I'm not strictly sober.
Take back your magnetic head, then.
Do you think any of my shots at my deaths have been not headshots tonight? Because they both been headshots.
Well, magnet harder.
Stop standing in the way of the bullets.
That one was kind of my fault. I went into the window and I saw him too late and just didn't react.
Yeah, it looks like you're right. It looks like there's no official sources, but it looks like most people agree it's about 3 minutes to banish. All I can say is I've never felt 3 minutes feel as long as it does when I'm playing Hunt Showdown. And that's specifically not even due to tension. It's just like, okay, I guess I park myself in the corner.
I mean, we've had runs where we've gone to 2 different compounds and banished the boss in less than 5 minutes. So, like, compared to that,
it's a slow game compared to your Fortnites and your Apexes, but it's still fast in some ways. Just noticeable when it's not. I think it's just a very peaks and valleys style game, and I'm not. I don't want to like flatten it out into tarmac, but I'd like them to be a little less. The valleys to be a little less, pronounced, right?
Yeah. I do think increased mobility to get hunters around on the map faster would be a big one.
Like, what would you do for that? Not that I disagree, because I get really bored running across the map without a button to auto run, like the console people get.
Less PvE, I think. Specifically the noisy ones. No run endurance.
I'd be fine with no run endurance. I would be extremely fine with that. Doesn't add anything.
No run endurance would be a good one.
I like less PvE and sound traps as well. I think you could tune those down.
Yeah, sound traps specifically.
The most excited thing about the rain map.
Yeah.
You know what? I wanted to.
If that shadow trait made you invisible to like crows and stuff, it would 1000% be grounded sweep.
This time, Shadow, they can see you, but they can't hear you.
I'll take both, to be honest with you. And also, hunters can neither see nor hear me.
Just take any of the like dark cloak hunters. You got like 50 of them to pick from.
Yeah, that's true. I don't really like any of them, but it's true. They're all a bunch of sex perverts.
Okay, only one of them was a sex pervert.
I don't know. I'm putting them all in that box.
The other sex pervert was not a dark cloak one. She was just a prostitute.
What's a not sex?
That's a sex professional, not a sex pervert.
That's true.
Don't be degrading a working girl.
You dare rope me in with those perverts?
Oh no, man. They're all a bunch of weirdos and leather and shit or whatever.
Yeah, Lawson?
Yep.
That is just guess it's one part of the thing with the setting is whenever they do a hunter that has like a very colorful attire, they stick out like a sore thumb. Not just in gameplay terms, but also just like in setting terms. They just look weird. I don't know. There's some hunter with characters like that recently, like strangely out of place feeling.
I can think of at least one of the Indians, the one painted yellow.
I mean, he fits in the setting because right, he's the Native American look. I don't mean like in terms of gameplay bad, right? Where like I just mean like they don't look like they fit in the world, right? I don't remember. I haven't been buying hunters.
There's I think he's the penitent, the guy with like the three-faced mask. He feels like really weird.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the ones I'm thinking of. Like he looks like he came out of
Sweet Bell, yeah.
Dishonored or something. It was like a Dishonored character.
Exactly right. Are you setting those off? Okay.
Yeah.
Come on. Is that a mess I left for you, Nick?
No,
Is that what happened?
No, I'd have said something.
Okay. You don't always.
I don't, but I definitely had the comment in my head if it was.
Well,
would you like to hear it? I was gonna say
if it's relevant.
I didn't. I was gonna say it didn't. I didn't set it off, but it didn't attacking me. But it was me who set it off, so I didn't say it. My brain has an
present.
auto-produced comment. Yeah.
Your brain has its own chat GPT.
A little bit.
All the creativity.
Oops, birds.
That you shooting?
This is a gun zombie. I thought it was you behind me. Those your crows?
Those were my crows. I think I heard some ahead too at the same time. I don't. Well, they added back that heavy hitch when you enter a new compound.
I'm sure they didn't add it back.
Well, not intentionally, but it is back. There is somebody over there. You hear that? I missed.
Got a hit. You're not allowed to die first this time.
Well, then you take the lead. Hang on, this blue's red. Someone's closer. No way that blue shirt is setting that off. Hit?
Nope. Are you going for the blue shirt still? Oh, he's right on that. Nice kill.
Yes, he is on me. Still red? Gonna top off.
Shirt. I have to assume his teammates are in the building?
I'm on a delay, but I don't know what that blue shirt was smoking.
Did you have a
I'm
shotgun or was that yours?
hit. How are you not dead? Fuck me. That's from the kennel.
Yep. Fuck, got me with the hand crossbow.
Do not see that too often.
Damn.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about the shotgun until it killed me. Ow, fuck. Oh, that was dumb.
No self-harm during your streams.
That is precisely why you usually have caps for electric lighters. Ow.
Stab yourself?
Yep.
You just tase yourself?
Did
A
you,
little
did
bit.
you go in for like a lick or something? Like you're just like
No, I
gotta feel alive.
was like playing with the like the cap on this thing broke and I was playing with a little latch for it and I must have hit the button with my fingers on the terminal or my finger on the terminals. Whew. That didn't feel good.
Well,
A lot of volts.
some
Gotta
some
arc.
volts, some wee volts.
It is far from
A broken electric lighter is not the best fidget toy. Right?
Maybe throw that out.
I just don't want to waste. It's still functional.
Throw it
It's-
out.
It's very functional.
I just
You don't
proved
have
it
to throw It out. You
works.
just probably put it out of your grasp. If you're gonna like
Yeah.
unconsciously fiddle with it,
Yeah, that's a good point.
or zap, brace
Or
for the
zap
next
yourself.
zap. It's not my business.
Yeah, or fucking tase yourself. What do I care?
It is
Whatever you're into.
far from the worst shock I've ever given myself, but that was a decent one.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing I've ever electrocuted myself with, so I think I'll just leave it around.
Well,
If it's not the worst, it's not worth considering. Remember, kids.
Well, see, I'm still here, and there was no permanent damage from the worst one. So everything less than that is baby shit.
There you go.
Sure.
That's how that works.
you're getting stronger as we speak.
Yeah.
He's slowly making himself immune to electricity. He's building up an immunity.
Yep.
That's how it works.
Yep.
That's how it works.
That's totally the thing. Armored with fire damage.
I'm not even looking at those until tomorrow.
I'm gonna take a photo of these marks that left on my hand.
Poor Ryan. All right, I think I'm gonna head off and go do something else. I always wanted to talk shop about event impressions, but we can play tomorrow if everybody's game.
Yeah, I'm good for that.
I'll probably be game. I had this, like, the fireworks are going up tomorrow. I thought my niece and nephew were going to be here, but I guess they're not. So I guess I don't really care then.
Oh man, I didn't even think about that. Of course, I don't even live in that city, so why should I?
Exactly. I mean, if you really want to come see fireworks, you're welcome to, but.
I mean, I think there's, I think I'll just stay inside and close the blinds, close the shades. It's I'll need kids again. You know what I mean? Not again,
Yeah.
but I'll need to phrase that better. I will need kids before I really get into fireworks again. I think we're all
Yeah.
kind of at that age, right?
Yeah, I think we've all sort of seen fireworks before.
Once or
Yeah.
twice.
Twice.
Yeah.
Once or twice. Once you get to make it like a special event for like your biological spawn, right? That will bring back some magic to it if one ever plans to do that, right? Because then you can vicariously like siphon off their excitement back into yourself, steal their vitality.
Exactly.
That's all children are. They're just vitality batteries, right?
Yep. Until we drain them so much that they have to do it to the next generation.
Till we drain them to the point that they've somehow found themselves in debt for one reason or another. And they have to start working to survive. I didn't mean for it.
Oh,
I
happy
didn't mean
thoughts.
for that to go so somber, but hey,
Happy thoughts.
you should have befriended somebody else if you didn't want that.
Hang on, I gotta kill these hounds.
Meanwhile, Ron's like, hold on, I gotta go cull this litter.
Excuse me while I kick puppies.
He's not kicking them, he's using them as axe posts.
So if I throw an axe through the gaping hole in his side into his stomach, have I fed him an axe?
No, but you have checked off a whole bunch of check marks on the sociopath checklist.
Nice.
And no, you
It's an
don't get
instant
any
pass.
marks removed because the dog already had a hole in it. That's not how it works.
You know what? A pass is just... Yeah, just give me the pass.
Listen, just because I enjoyed it doesn't mean it didn't have to be done. I don't think I should be punished for this.
I'm not a judge. I'm not a cop. That's all I gotta say about that. Alright, I'm gonna bounce. You guys enjoy the rest of the games.
Alright, later.
Prison?
Yeah, I'm gonna burn this firebomb in hopes of something better. Wax dynamite, I'll take it. A boom is better than a burn.
Why'd you even have the firebomb?
Contraband. Still cheap. Still a cheap man.
I went the wrong direction. Hey, you don't have to sell me, man. I'm still running free hunters.
Okay, hang on. Come on, give me that other axe back. There it was. There we go.
He's here.
He's here. Alright. I got a hammer and stamina, so...
That's all you, buddy.
Those dogs sound close. Southeast?
Could be a fishery.
There's a fishery.
Church.
We're red. Tower. Tower. Yep, they're peeking. Northwest
Yeah.
corner.
God damn it. God damn it.
I thought you took him out and you were rezzing me. Otherwise I would have said no.
There were two in there. I
Ah.
shot one in the back and he ran away. And the other one camped your body, apparently.
We might have to. No, it's too early for that. Too early for that.
You should have abandoned it as soon as it was red, man. But fucking double timed it out of there.
I can't open the door fast enough to not have that assassin hit me. I had to stop him. Oh, no specific. Okay. I kind of hope this new event comes with different challenges, because I'm kind of tired of them trying to make the Martini Henry a thing.
You just skip the challenges. we're getting creamed. Let's just play. I feel like challenges are for when we're doing well.
I don't feel like we're not doing well because of the challenges. I don't think I'd be doing any better with a LaBelle than I would be a Martini Henry. I'm doing what I think the thing that's impacting it the most is that I'm trying to level a legendary hunter and not just picking the first combat trait hunter that's available. That I'm not taking the quartermaster or the fanner. Also, my hand might hurt. That has nothing to do with it, though.
That was a duo too.
Yeah. Oh no, I can play a little more conservatively. I feel like that's less fun, I guess, but a little more successful. Or yeah, less fun, more successful.
Oh man, you play however you want to play. It's just
I don't want it to not be fun for you because I keep doing stupid things.
well, I appreciate that. Not gonna make a big deal about it either way. Man, you load in way faster than me. I wonder if this is on my hard drive, and not my solid state.
You're still on the LFG CPU, right?
Oh yeah, my CPU is probably pretty weak.
That would probably be pretty limiting.
My GPU's pretty good. My CPU is probably.
What do you got, a 3080? Rose here. There's not that big of a difference between the 3080 and the 3080 Ti, so I'm gonna guess it's your CPU.
Well, there's no loot. He let himself on fire.
Is the way of Scrapbeak. Yeah, I'm not getting that axe back.
What are you doing? Are you setting traps?
I was, but I'm not seeing any barrels. I gotta switch back to alert trips in duos. I think the infrequency of green barrels makes these a lot less useful. Concertina trip mines.
I'm gonna trap this door.
All scrapped.
Trap this door.
Okay. Right, you have concertina. I should be running alert trips anyway. What's that noise? Oh, it's a motorbike on the highway. Did I remove this concertina on the stairwell?
If you want it. We're hot.
Direction?
West.
What a bombland shot?
Yeah.
I'm hoping to get with that.
That's TNT.
Oh, get back!
That was you lighting TNT.
I got a hit with it. He's in the door below.
You got them both, buddy. They're upstairs.
Someone else got a hit. Bomb lance again. Not that we didn't know that already. Nice.
Stand your ground state, son.
More bomb lance.
You want to grab that? Did you set off Concertina?
I did.
Okay.
For real? Oh,
Pretty good
Romero. Romero through the door. Through the grate.
Is he oh.
Yep. Hard guarding it.
Yeah, he is.
Go for it. Go, 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 go.
I got a kill with that?
Okay. That was not the Romero. Romero was female.
There's one inside. Up the ramp, I thought I saw. Oh, maybe not. There's like one like right here too. We're surrounded, as you might imagine.
Yep.
Maybe you should grab this fucking bomb lance.
Maybe.
They stole your clue, sadly.
Yeah, I saw. How much ammo you leave me, buddy? You know what? Yeah, that's what it.
Someone dead?
Oh, I hit that. Concertina ahead of me.
People in the house, it looks like. Let me go see if I can't take a snipe at one of them. Did you just kill a guy?
Nope.
Upstairs window. Maybe I can get lucky. Nope, I cannot get lucky. That's fair. That's fair. He's got a Sparks.
Snipers to the south. The lightning is by the White House.
shot. You could probably smoke res me. Watch out though, here's a spark. You have to go up the other stairs. Nope, the other stairs. Oh, there are. I forgot that there was a stairs here. Too bad you can't take the clue. Oh, it's fine. There's a Sparks though, so playing with him is not happening anymore. Ooh. Those guys sound like they're having a lot of fun out there. Sure wish I had
Snipers. Yeah.
one window I could peek. Like, literally, there's only one window I could look out, and I can't.
Okay.
I'd even go out there and like circle around, but I have no idea which side I can go out, you know? Watch out, that guy in the house across the way is a Sparks. If he's still there.
Sounds like they're wrapping to the north side.
Yeah, sure does. Oh,
No
so-
way.
Did you get a kill with that?
I might have just naded him. This might be our opportunity to get out there.
Alright, which way do I go?
This way, out this window.
Okay.
Ready?
Here behind, Bo behind the house.
Yup. Oh boy. Ah, he threw that farther than I thought.
Oh, shit. Man, you'd be in trouble if I could aim.
He says, and then headshot someone on the next shot. Good. Stopped the res.
The fuck is you?
Nice shot. Oh.
It was the sparks. It was the sparks. They only had to tap me once.
With only 100 health, yeah, just about anything, yeah. But a Sparks will do it.
Anyone else could have died. Would have been nice.
Oh, no kidding. I traded with that Romero.
Oh yeah, nice. Oh, those are two different Sparkses. Okay.
Bloodshot's with rifles, flechette, armors with fire damage, hellhounds. Come on, Mountain Man. You can do it.
Really giving you a hard time, isn't he? You've been a Mountain Man since I can remember.
Yeah, it's been a rough one. I can't imagine that this much bad luck is all tied to just the fact that he's got that doofy thing on his head that gives him away. Also, just like rusty as heck at this game. All right, I lost my 4th star. Let's do this. 3-star lobbies.
You lost it two runs ago.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
I need a cowboy hat for my little avatar.
You do need a cowboy hat for your little avatar.
Yeah. There, this halo.
Just mod the halo. Put a little.
I do
squiggle above
have
it.
I do have assets, but I have no idea how to use them. I gotta learn that. That's so I have been thinking I might do another hardcore run, but I am gonna hard limit myself that before I do that, I need an intro and outro waiting screen, like a intro wait and a outro sign off, and learning assets is probably a pretty easy one. I've done like zero digging into how they work. It's probably stupid simple.
What? Out? The screens?
No,
So just
no,
the picture.
no. Like VTuber assets.
Oh yeah, I don't know anything about that.
I'm gonna say go to Moses because I kind of don't like coal.
Sure. You mean you don't like mine?
Mine, yeah.
I kind of agree. There's really only a couple ways to approach mine that's the correct way.
Also, I think Assassin's here. Assassin's here.
I don't suppose you have that stamina shot again.
I do not.
Boo.
I got a lantern though.
Okay. Let me get down there with you.
Oh, they're coming this way.
Who is?
The mines.
Oh.
You drop
There
down.
are. Yeah.
Remember,
Let's go.
no rushing.
Aim for the feet. This side. Yay. Didn't even sound like he raged.
It didn't.
Get down here, asshole. Nice.
Clear.
Alright. Yep. For
I want to get
now-
that ammo later.
Yeah, I'm going to set up a trap in the top barn.
I hear a horse to the south too. Trap here. Trap in the back hallway. That's all I'm doing because we're gonna be hot.
There's a single boss, so actually, I mean, the worse you can, the more you can turtle up, the better.
Right, but I already know.
I'm just doing this, flat out. Well, didn't mean to waste my traps, but whatever. Now we really don't have to worry about that, probably. I'm gonna do something stupid. Worked out once. And the sun's right in my eyes. Perfect.
Ooh, that sounded far.
Yeah. Seven sisters, at least. I felt like I said I heard a closer horse, though, but...
We did. There was one north as well. At
North?
mine.
Footsteps north.
You can't make me peek that hole. Won't do it. Inside. Oh no, did he burn himself?
Guess so. I thought you said you trapped that door.
I trapped the other door, and I trapped the walkway.
Is that a concertina or an alert you just put down?
Alert. It's a fire. It's just a fire trap on the lantern. Grenade. Not sure what he planned to do with that, but okay. Double okay. That's gonna fucking hit. How? Oh my god.
Picture, right?
This how does he know how to, like, throw the perfect angle through the entire building to hit me? Definitely gonna hop through that window, though.
I'm at it. What are you guys doing? Like, that's all.
They're intimately aware of every hole on this barn.
Yeah, they are.
The fuck? Where did he see me from? Where is he shooting me from? I think that was inside. I have no idea how, though.
This window. Ow! Nope, that was inside. Okay, that's a Dolch. There he is. Do you see him? He's right on
No.
my body. Get me up. He died. Oh, he cranked the door open.
How did that not make... Whoa, why is everybody inside already fucking hitting me?
Oh my god! Fuck you, dual wielding. I killed him.
How am I so deaf? I did not hear that door get uncranked.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't hear it either. I was just on the stairs there. I have no idea how they got uncranked that door.
I'll watch the VOD later and see that I was like just staring at him. Actually, I can quick replay. Okay, I have no idea where he was. Yeah, watching the replay, he shoots me and I snap to look at the direction I get shot from and he's not there. Also, I'm not sure why it dropped you.
Either. From my side, it dropped you. Let's shoot me another invite.
I just did. Did it not work?
Did not work. Am I having internet issues? Doesn't look like I'm having internet issues.
It is Tuesday.
Oh, I just got it. Yeah, it's definitely Steam's.
Assailant. And Iron Devastator. You know, they could put a pump action rifle in the game. Those are a thing.
Yeah. You know, it's not a thing. Dualies and a shotgun. That's not a loadout.
Do it, coward.
No.
What we've been doing wrong is we've been playing sensibly. I'm gonna go grab the charger for my phone. I'll be right back. Maybe I didn't drink enough. Maybe I need to drink more. We might have gotten bad at this game.
So I'm trying to warm up. Keep talking shit.
I'm not talking shit. Just saying we suck. Assailant, right. Should have brought throwing knives. Ah, prison.
Well, so. He's here.
You heard him?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Alright, I'll go get a clue. Of course not. That one's barred too? Are you serious? Fuck the clue. Do a live.
Okay. Wait, did I go to the wrong boss room? I did. Went to the wrong boss room. I swear they put more lanterns in his boss room. Trapped.
Okay.
Trapped.
Southwest. From the lumber. Did I aggro that hive?
Yeah, that was me. Just trying to get out of the fucking boss room.
Dog kennel, other side. I did.
Okay. We do keep getting the boss room, don't we?
Well, we can make it this far.
That was me.
I'll grab a token. I got nothing.
Really?
I'm gonna do a scan below too. Yeah, nothing. They all went to Arden.
Oh, what do you want to do?
I don't really care about getting out alive.
Okay.
That immolator still out there?
Yes. It knows. There it goes. Scanning. I got this direction, which makes sense.
Okay. Like in the boss room or?
I count 4. So no, not just in the boss room.
Okay.
I think there might have been one on the roof. Maybe on the lit. Yep, there he is. Okay, what the fuck? Oh, he crawled back in the window. That's bullshit. Both of those should have hit.
Well, since we've announced our presence, Hellhound
Wait.
1. And maybe more. Okay, are you better close or far?
Probably better far, I guess. I've got an Orbis and dual Nagants.
Oh my god, so, okay.
Not even silenced Nagants.
A zombie, right? Yeah, it's a zombie. Okay.
Not even peeking us, man. What the fuck?
I count 4. It almost looks like 1 inside on the second floor, and then 3 across the water. Like a solo got it.
I want to try to push in.
Yeah. Yeah, the other 3 look a little further.
Who picked up?
Oh, okay. That's wrong.
I count 5 now. Back off. Got a hit with that.
That was me.
No, I got an actual hit. Marker. Why? Why? Dude! Okay. Watch out for traps.
They didn't like me peeking that door.
They're throwing. They're throwing. Don't be there. Oh, okay. I really thought they'd do better than that, considering they scanned you.
That hurt.
I bet. There's somebody like right outside this window too.
Well, I'm gonna go for the one behind the window. Stay there. Got a hit with it.
Yeah, that was me. There's a guy there.
Below. Under here.
There's Constantino there. They can't come in this way. No, this is blocked.
No contact.
Jump off if you need to run. And I'll try to. Were they using flechette?
Yeah. Bless that war there. Okay.
I'm gonna try to get on top of the roof via the ladder.
Okay. Stairwell. Stairwell. There we go. One down.
Nice.
Two down.
Fucking kid. Downstairs. Release.
No. Yep. Fucking.
Let me just get up.
And downed.
Oh, there's like 3 downstairs.
I need that. Fuck that concertina, man. Oh, fuck me. 5,000,000%. That'll do.
What is that gun noise? It's fucking Crown?
I can't tell. Okay, one down here. And then, like, one down here and one outside.
Dude, way too much concertina, bros. Oh, I'm gonna take that fucking shotgun. Here's hoping I'm oh, it's a flush shot. God damn it.
I mean, I'll take it if you're not. I need the ammo.
Yeah, I got it. It's better than what I had. There's Nagant, my Nagant dualies here. Or there's bow and arrow.
Over here. There. Finally.
I don't have any kind of range really anymore. I don't suppose there's any uwu up here. Nope, not
I
anymore.
just used it.
That's okay. You have a TNT to blow this shit up?
No. Just a sticky. Motherfuckers just no! God damn!
Here, I'm gonna eat some of this. We have to be able to move through there.
We just used a ladder. They're gonna come in this window here.
Yeah. Back off if you need to.
Cover it for a second.
There's bear traps on that stairwell.
Okay.
Like, not what you'd expect, so be careful.
Where? Nice flash, nerd. Found the bow, bottom of the stairs.
Found the crown. On the other stairs.
Well, I did say I didn't
Shit,
care.
Fucking arena.
I did say I didn't care if we die.
Dude,
At
that
least-
arena made that miserable.
At least I got to cause some havoc that time. We may have lost, but I did significantly better than I have been the rest of the night. I'm happy.
That's good. How many kills did you get? All
Several.
of them? Yeah, I didn't get any kills. Those were all you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, whatever.
Did I manage to complete my challenge? Please? Dum dum ammo. Okay. The real crutch of me going through 100 prestiges was doing it with not using legendary hunters.
I mean, I'm going free hunters. I don't have any traits.
There's the real king shit right there. I have 4 Lebel amateurs. Yeah, why not? Why shouldn't I enjoy myself? Ooh. That was rough for a second. Did you happen to notice what the cost of the cheaper option for the event was?
1,000.
Okay. Yeah, I'm buying blood bonds. Hey Archery, thanks for stopping by. Hopefully you weren't sitting there forever with me not paying attention to the chat.
Aren't timestamps a thing? Can you turn on timestamps?
I wonder, can I? OBS, do you have an option for that?
It would be on Twitch, would it?
Well, I'm not watching on Twitch. I'm watching on OBS.
Well, I can tell you he wrote it at 8:45, which is 2 minutes ago.
Okay. Not too long then, but I do need to be better about that.
We were in a fight, in fairness.
Yeah. Okay, no excuses this time. I managed to get a mountain man with fanning.
No excuses.
This is the one. This is the one that goes to 50. Calling it, pointing to the flagpole now.
Well, if it gets to 20, it will be it'll beat every other hunter tonight.
We haven't gotten out alive once.
Nope.
Doof.
Shipyard?
Prison.
Prison, sorry.
You know, that might be something that has contributed to the sense of burnout. Having our paths that we take, the compounds that we go to, mapped out so mathematically.
I wouldn't know. I don't have any burnout. zero burnout. I am totally cool with just playing the game. I'm cool with playing other games to try to fight burnout, but I don't have any myself.
I'm okay now that we're kind of pacing ourselves, but there is most definitely a not so sustainable as to just be go, go, go like it was. History?
Sure.
Sounds like it's hot. Yours?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the wrong path. Rose. Upper, okay.
Wait.
Behind us.
Yeah, we're hot.
One down,
Oh, you killed it? Nice.
I think. Gonna bomb to prevent a res. Oh, shit. Do I hear another one behind us?
Yeah.
Yep. Look! Dropping down.
Do that. Right there.
Two of them, I think.
Nice kill.
You too.
That wasn't me.
Oh,
Nice kill.
okay, that's another one down. The lapel just works. Oh, that's the one that died. Okay. Did they get up? Oh, back here somewhere.
Behind the fence, maybe?
I think so. Yeah. Hit. They got my kill up.
Why can't I see this?
Behind here. And then here.
One down?
There's the other one. The label just works.
I vote you keep using the label.
Oh, let me... Hopefully I get a heal. Oh, that horse has got problems.
Was that 2 teams?
I think that was 2 teams. Okay, we got one here.
One here. One here.
More poisoned compact there for you if you need it. Dual new armies.
Sounds like a free hunter kit to me. Especially with that Romero.
Okay. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only count 5.
I killed this guy way out here. Right? Where was he? Oh, here he is. You count this guy?
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. Let's go.
I got 6 shots left if you see... Oh, wait, I did see long. One of them had a long. Did I hear cat? Not yet, cat. I gotta go grab that long ammo.
Okay.
Not right now, cat. You have an hour to dinner time. Oh, you want to play? Now's not playtime either. But after this one, I may take a short break to give her some attention.
Okay, that sounds good. I'll go scrounge up some food or something. I do hope there was somebody else left on the map.
Whoa,
Nope.
took a shot.
Yeah. Silence something.
There we go.
Over there.
Hit. That killed him. Oh, I got hit by a bow.
Hey, Prince.
Hello. We're
Hello.
gonna go real quick. Any idea where that fucking bow was?
Behind. Like this way.
There.
Oh.
Let's hurt him. There. No, never mind. Ignore that. There. Behind the building.
Dolch, maybe? Yeah, Dolch Precision. Bomb him.
Did you just know that from the sound?
Yeah. I think he got him.
I did not.
Oh. Well, it's okay. It was almost the whole map.
Alright. Well, you go play with your cat.
Oh.
Give me a ping on Discord when you get back.
Stream's over? Alright.
No, I'm just gonna be a short BRB. This cat's attention span is like 5 minutes max.
Okay. Should I stick around or should I?
If you want. It sounds like Nick's gonna grab something to eat, so I don't know if he's gonna be ready, but we'll see.
Yeah, like I said, just shoot me a ping on Discord when you're ready to start again.
Okay.
Go to the
Yeah.
bathroom, maybe grab a snack.
I'll stick around. I might head out, but good place to start is here.
Okay, save these. We're talking about the Labelle just working, and then I missed 3 times against the Dolch that can't shoot. All right, be right back.
Yep.
Your mic sounds way better today, too.
Mine?
Yeah.
Nothing new. I'm just using my regular headset. Unless you were listening to me when I was abroad in Chicago, because that was me using my phone.
It might just be that it's tuned louder right now. Not sure.
Also, I did not know FF16 was fully out. Oh, man. Let's see what's going on in Pokemon. Doduo. Why would I want that?
Today in the world of Pokemon, introducing new Pokemon Quetzalcoatl. Not content to have just one god, now we have multiple. Old heads complain of it being another Zapdos.
I just don't know why they would use shitty Doduo Day or Doduo Hour.
Wow. But Cat's already lost interest. Saw something outside. Had to stare at it.
Just cat things.
Just cat things. She got a whole 5, maybe 6 passes in of chase before she was done.
Not bad. At least you've entertained your cat.
Yeah, she'll bug me again in Another half an hour. Probably. Really, I'm surprised she's not bugging me for food. It's an hour before it's time. Okay.
So I did not. Yeah, I didn't know FF16 was out. When my other friends is playing it.
Yeah.
I saw Mike mention the demo was out.
I was watching some people play it on stream, and I don't want to say what it was, but there was one particular NPC character that really stood out as the coolest mofo. And
feel free to spoil it in DMs because I don't really care.
Okay.
It's kind of sad that, like, I don't know, as like right now I don't really care for like where Final Fantasy's gone. Like, I don't really like the new worlds that it's trying to build as much as kind of like, you know, the older ones. I guess I'm more of a fan of sci-fi.
I think I am more on the side of modern day to future, so sci-fi. I've never really been huge into medieval fantasy.
Yeah, because this is Ivalice, right? Like, they've gone back to Ivalice.
I don't know the name of the place.
Oh.
It's definitely very British medieval.
Yeah, I don't know about British, but it's definitely much more medieval. It seems, you know, like Herder, Game of Thrones or whatever.
Oh, it took getting out of the prologue to hear any characters that were not voiced with a British accent.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Which, you know, I'm fine with. The castles and knights thing was never really the thing that inspired me. I would be fucking miserable living in a castle.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I guess this direction might make sense with like the remake of 7, because, you know, with 7 and 8, I guess, Ryan, we get a little bit of the, you know, like the sci-fi. It's unfortunately nothing new, but it's definitely in that kind of like sci-fi.
Yeah. They had the sci-fi magic tech, yeah.
Yeah.
And they had cars that ran on fuel. And you had to buy the fuel. But yeah. It's I'm more on like the Magitech side than I am the medieval wizards type.
Same here. Though I do recall like a funny thing about FF8 was like, you know, you get paid, and then if you, I guess, slack off, you get demoted.
Yeah.
Like, it's the salary system, but just getting demoted was always so kind of like demoralizing, I guess.
So this is the first time that I've played the game with a built-in speed-up mechanic, and every time I've played it before, I'd end up at like rank 30 or A, and then I would never get out of A. It was so hard to get demoted, and now I can't stay at 30. And I have a feeling that that speed up mechanic, I'm noticing that like the payouts are happening way more frequently, which makes me think that the timer on it is actually running at that 3x rate, even if the game isn't. Because I've noticed sometimes just cruising around, I don't even get like halfway between one town and another, and it procs 2 times for me getting paid, and those are supposed to be your check-ins.
Yeah, that sounds like way too much.
It's way too fast. So I think it might be something a little off with the timing mechanism for that. I definitely noticed that the timing of like audio stuff is screwed up because of it. Like Xanten Shootin or whatever his name is. Odin's special. The individual pieces of it are individual sounds, and those will queue up at the right time. But things like the actual slashing of the 4 hits are those are all one sound. So like if you're in the speed up mode, he has done his 3 slashes, he's doing his cool pose, and then he's off the screen and it's still playing the sounds of the slashes.
What is the speed up mechanic?
So in the remastered version on Steam, oh, he's here. I didn't even hear him in there. In the remastered version on Steam, there's a couple of built-in, I guess you'd call them like trainers or
Okay, that makes sense.
mods. One of them is gameplay moves at 3 times speed. One of them is no encounters. You can just turn off non-story related encounters.
That sounds pretty wild.
Then there is hang on a second. It's always hard to tell where their heads are. Oh, for fuck's sake. What's the last one? There's an encounter none.
99 draw.
99 draw is.
I think
that was like the best one.
that's the one that it needs, and I don't think the remastered version has that.
Oh yeah, the Steam version I bought a while ago had it, but I don't know how long ago that was compared to the one you bought.
If it has that, then I need to turn that on immediately because I'm wasting so much time drawing.
Yeah, it was just give like max draw or some shit, and like it just didn't even care.
I've been hard specking Magic Stat to keep the drawing to a minimum, and then I just like 3 times speed, and fingers move so fast to draw.
The drawing, like, there's good parts of the draw system that's not a terrible at base, but when you combine it with the system, where I don't know what you call it, where it binds into stats.
Junction system.
Yeah, when you combine it with the junction system, it makes it horrible, right? Because the more of the thing you draw, the more it affects the junction system. And
Yep.
if you use the spell, it reduces your stats.
Yep.
So it's just
So you
like,
never want to use
okay.
magic.
Yeah, you never want to use magic, and you have to spend all this time investing in this mechanic that you're not going to use, right? Like, oh, here's all these cool spells that you shouldn't use because they literally damage your character's stats by using them.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, also, but you still have to draw them all. You have to get them all, but you can't fuck yourself.
Yeah, if you didn't have to draw them by quantity, then the junction system would be awesome. But the fact that you burn up those magics,
Yeah, even if junction didn't matter, like if junction didn't care that like how many you had, then we could maybe talk, right? But the fact that it does, you know, like you have to have 99 to get like the full junction out of it, just completely defeats it.
yeah, it is a bummer that it kind of kills magic.
Both of them, like either of them by themselves work. Like if magic is just magic and like you junction it to your stats and like you get better stats based on what you junction to your stats and it just uses mana, that'd be fine. And
Yeah.
drawing is fine too. Like you could have a whole bunch of super powerful and super rare spells that like are limited by the fact that you can only get them from certain monsters and blah blah blah. And like, but like using them is like using an item. You use it and like it has this cool effect and then it's gone and like that's the payoff. Like you get, you know, it does a lot of damage or it does this really cool effect, but then like, you know, it's limited by you can only use it the number of times. Also cool, fine, no problem. Both together, absolutely destroys each other. Real shame.
I feel like it might, but I think like as an adult, I generally stopped worrying about stuff like that. Like in the Pokemon game, you know, I'm playing Pokemon Scarlet right now. A resource that I'm now considering is just my time.
Well, that's even more reason, because we don't want to waste our time drawing over and over again.
Yeah, but you know, like I'll use Ultima if it can finish the battle quicker. I guess I don't really mind as much, but like, you know, old me would have just like, oh, got hurt, let's go to the Pokemon Center and heal. Now just like, I got 60 potions. Just like 5. But yeah, part of me has started optimizing for just like my own personal time.
Oh, that's a good way to be.
Yes and no. There could be an argument made for the fact that like you're playing a video game specifically to waste time.
Yeah, but you want to get bored of the game before you've gotten a chance to do everything you want to do in it.
I mean, I agree, Nick, but I think my personal philosophy is just more like, you know how you end up at the end of the game with like a ton of items? It's just like, well, instead of having those items that I'll never use, I probably could have just saved a bunch of time.
There's a solo out there.
He's rezzing right now. Oh no, she's down here.
Gotta push him?
Nerd.
Ooh, oh, did you just shoot 2 of them?
He's still right there. Nice.
Jeez. Just
That was-
wrecked them.
That was kind of brutal.
Yeah, did you shoot 2 of them with a single bullet?
No, there's only like one ammo type that can do that in the game, and I don't have it.
There's, you can count explosive ammo.
Yeah, explosive ammo, I guess.
Ooh, is that a Mosin for me? No, it's a Crag Mayo. Still works.
Crag Bayo's really good.
Yeah, I'll take a Crag Mayo. Which side? Blue Army? Yeah, okay, good enough.
Fishery?
Yeah, sure.
Unless we really, really, really want to get that one extract. I don't really care though.
I really need 75 bucks. Oh, I'm sorry, 150. Still, no, that's fine. I think we need to practice more.
Honestly, he ain't wrong.
Ammo.
Bad horse. Yeah, I'm thinking I am probably gonna do a stream series of Final Fantasy VIII, but I'm going to make liberal use of any
hacks.
time-saving things I can.
You should do the cool things. Like you should make it sort of like a showcase of like the optional shit you can do. Like getting
I'll probably do like
Bahamut
a yeah, I'll probably do like 100% run. There's a couple of things even I haven't done in that game.
Yeah, isn't there that
You-
like getting Odin or something weird, or like going to the submarine and you get like Ultima or some shit.
Odin is one, and spoilers, cover your ears. Odin dies.
Oh, that's right. Do you get Yoshimitsu? Yojimbo? Yojimbo. It's Yojimbo.
Oh, you're so awesome.
Gilgamesh.
Oh, it's Gilgamesh. I thought it was Yojimbo.
I don't know who Yojimbo is.
He's the mercenary dude that like kills or does money or does damage based on money. He has a little dog with a big hat.
I have no idea who this is.
If you
I-
Google Yojimbo Final
I remember
Fantasy,
that being
you'll find
a summon in 10, but
Oh,
it.
yeah, I didn't get very far in 10.
I thought he was an 8. Am I crazy?
he could be.
Not that I encountered. I'd say
Yojimbo.
definitely not, but I didn't realize that. I didn't realize some of the things that I had missed.
Yojimbo could be an 8, but I mostly remember him from 10 because I think you have to pay for that.
Yojimbo summon Final Fantasy. Oh, you know what? He is in 10.
Speaking of
I
money,
didn't like the way that 10's summons looked.
I didn't get very far in it, but the ones I did see, I was not wowed by.
I just didn't like the style. I saw what they were going for, like the Island God theme.
That said, I don't think 8 had particularly wowing GF. Stone?
I guess. Sounds like there's excitement over there.
I'm gonna guess that's like
Further. actually.
like King Snake. But yeah, they were.
Did I hear explosion from lumber? Am I crazy?
I thought it was from ahead, but I could be wrong. Oh, that's hot water.
Joe.
Uh,
But yeah, Gilgamesh goes about Odin's sword or whatever. And she's like, my sword now, bitches.
yep.
Does he kill Odin?
Cypher does.
Oh, right.
Cypher has that like goofy pose where he points his sword directly at.
I'll do it, I guess.
Where he points his sword directly forward, and Odin goes in to do his slash, and he just falls on Cypher's sword. Ooh!
I saw that.
Oh boy, you little chuckle fucks.
Cute. Adorable.
Wouldn't have that been a terrible end?
You wanna give us a scan?
Yeah. Player here.
The fuck? Where's all the other teams?
Well, they've been fighting for a bit. I don't know if they've been fighting each other or just trying to take out Scrapbeak, but it's been going for a bit. I want to go to the wall. I'll scan again.
I have 4 seconds. I'll do it. Oh, there's definitely 2 teams here. I count 5.
Okay. What direction?
There's 4 vertical in the boss room, and there's 1 straight to the, southwest, west, behind, like, out here-ish.
Okay.
I think there's, like, 1 in the mines creeping beneath them and shit. You want to loop to the high side?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, there's 1, like, right here.
You want to push through him to the high side?
That's what I was thinking.
Okay. Yeah, he's behind it. Up here. And the boss team just instantly headshot me with the sparks. I'm
Nice.
probably safe.
Yeah, you're safe.
Okay. Two inside. Bombing them. That one. Last one's right behind. Over here, outside. There's 2. Low, outside. It's on the body right now. Rising.